book I'm reviewing this month is Detransition Baby. Don't let the title scare you. This story, written by Torrey Peters, is not a dark ride into the realm of regretting one's transition. Yeah, one of the main characters did detransition, but Peters' writing treats the topic with gentle hands. Detransition Baby was written by a trans woman for trans women. It doesn't give you Trans 101 because her audience doesn't need that. It dives right into grown-ups' lives. You know, the potpourri of things that happen that aren't all about transitioning. Here's the premise. Reese and Amy, both trans women, once had a serious romantic relationship. Among the many things they talked about was how much Reese wanted to be a mother, an experience denied her on multiple levels because she's not cis. But they broke up for reasons I'm not going to get into. On the heels of that breakup, Amy detransitioned and is now Ames. Reese and Ames both moved on with their lives. And then Ames got Katrina pregnant. Nobody was expecting a pregnancy because Ames had, in the past, been on a hormone regimen that has, a certain effect on one's testicles. So now there's this potential baby, completely unplanned, and Ames and Katrina are processing this development when Ames has a big idea. See, Ames still feels some affinity to Reese. He thinks about her. What if, Ames wonders, Reese could co-parent the baby with Katrina and Ames? This book is an exploration of the dynamics between these three people. The plot follows two timelines. The past, when Reese and Amy were living together and ultimately broke up, and the present, when Katrina is unexpectedly pregnant. Now, Ames is no poster child for anybody's anti-trans agenda. He had his reasons for detransitioning, but is Ames really his final form? The author leaves this possibility wide open. In fact, Peters breaks one of the trans community's rules of politeness when writing this character. She doesn't retrofit the pronouns. What I mean is this. In the chapters set in the past, the author refers to Amy, the woman, she and her. Amy is a woman in a relationship with Reese. We get to watch the dynamics of their relationship through the chapters set in the past. The chapters set in the present are written in present tense and refer to the same character as Ames, he, him. Cis people will roll with this just fine. Cis people who haven't learned how to retrofit pronouns, the ones who think it's okay to call you by your dead name and misgender you if they're referring to a time in your life before you transitioned. But Peters does this to ingeniously leave open the possibility that Ames' journey may not be finished. Was this character's transition a mistake? Was the detransition a mistake? Will Ames retransition? All the characters are complex, sympathetic, and flawed, just like you'd expect real people to be. They make mistakes. They have incredible insights. Sometimes they're just tired, but you're not likely to get tired reading about it. This is not a story for gatekeepers. The characters and situations are messy and authentic. They resist clean and clear direction. Sometimes there is no correct course of action. No, this is a story for people who could relate to the organic nature of human beings. Reese, Ames, and Katrina are living their lives, not following scripts. And as if that weren't enough, Peters sprinkles some research into the story, and you'll bump into the occasional departure from the plot. My favorite is the juvenile elephant analogy, starting on page 97. Which puts forth the hypothesis that the sometimes chaotic relations between present-day trans women came about because of a lack of trans elders. You just don't get cis authors writing about things like this. You've got to read it. And of course, Peters has a flair for clever turns of phrase. Amy liked the way the rain amplified the mustiest and most comforting smells of the forest, making the forest much more foresty. Just how a dog, when wet, smells so much more doggy. So if you're looking for a book that'll take you to a refreshingly trans space where ordinary people end up stumbling into big questions and big answers, give Detransition Baby a read. Thanks for listening.